Hey, groovy friend. I wanted to check in and share really deeply about a lesson that I'm continuing to learn. And a part of me is frustrated and angry and disappointed that I continue to learn this lesson. How many of you have a lesson that is just a reoccurring theme in your life? How many of you are frustrated that it just keeps popping up and you're on nine lesson 9,000 of this big lesson, right? I'm telling you, it I don't know why I should be shocked or blown away when I have to learn another part of it, because it always takes me to another level in how I'm showing up in my life. It takes me to another level in my personal and professional growth. And this weekend's lesson, yet again, was you do not have to struggle. You do not have to struggle. Do you hear me? You do not have to struggle. And I'm preaching it to myself. I have for the last 9 months been actively moving myself, whether I was in my ego or not, to another place, both in my spirit, in my body, in my home, in my calling as a thriving mindfully coach, author, and artist, and how I show up in my relationships. And it's been some intense work. It's been heavy. It's been beautiful. It's been messy. It's been in the midst of losing one of my best soul sister loves, Lauren, who was my attorney for 20 years and who was involved in every aspect of any big move I made in my business, Anandali Consulting, my wellness company. She was a huge part of my life, and now she's an ancestor. It has been a lot. It's got some bright moments. It's got some not so bright moments. It's got some laughter. It's got some tears. It's got some shouts. But in the midst of it all, there's this reoccurring lesson that showed up in 2020, 2019. Let me just roll it all the way back. I can just roll it all the way back to maybe 1964 when I was born. 56 years of learning that I do not have to struggle. And what came to me as I was crying in the shower this morning, because I was just so, I had worn myself out worrying, trying to figure out how spirit was going to make things come together, as spirit always does. The universe always does, always has my back. I know that. But in that moment, I didn't. Last night, I didn't know it. This morning, I didn't know it. And I had worked myself into a tizzy that resulted in me getting in the shower, hugging myself, and crying. And as I breathed after I released the tears, what came to me from the universe, from spirit, exchange the struggle for surrender. So now, when I get into this place and when I'm able to come back to myself, because that's not always something that happens immediately. Sometimes I have a crying rant and rave. Sometimes I got to dance it out. Sometimes I got to bike it out. Sometimes I got to bar three it out. Sometimes I got to color, use my gel pens, create poetry. I mean, it's wear crystals, hold crystals, listen to Alice Coltrane, listen to John Coltrane, go to my Inside LA meditation communities, BIPOC Sangha on Fridays from 10 to 12 midnight Eastern Standard Time, like I did last night, and be held in community. Whatever it is that I have to do to get to a place where I can see that I can exchange the struggle for surrender, because I don't have to surrender. I don't have to struggle. And neither do you. We don't have to. We just choose to. And you know what it is, when I'm realizing in me, it's just this old story that in order to get anything, it's gotta be a big drama, of struggling and all this stuff. And I don't want to live like that. I made a decision in the shower today. I was like, whatever we got to do in order to heal this, to release it, to forgive it and let it go, let us do it. So it's going to be on and messy. It's part of my growth, and the things that have helped me to grow and to be able to get to this place where I volunteer has been a combination of things over the years. It's been therapy. I'm still in therapy now. Fabulous African American female, Dr. T. I am using an amazing life and business and creativity coach, Marilyn Fontaine, another fantastic uh, British Caribbean woman. And I am using the support of several communities. In particular, last night, the community that I went to, because I was just speechless. I just knew I needed to be held in community. Is a community that I teach in, and it's the Insight LA meditation community of the world now because of COVID. Everyone is coming from different places, and so Thomas Davis is the founder, and I teach alongside David Cabrera and Nico. Nico, forgive me for not knowing your name, your last name. That community has been a balm in Gilead, y'all. If y'all know about that, it has been my refuge. It has been sacred sanctuary. Other communities that I find refuge in are Ricky Byers' Be Hood. Thank you to the Be Hood, to Ricky, to everyone. Another community that I have found a safe haven in and healing in. All of these communities have offered me space for healing and wisdom and release and forgiveness and peace and laughter and joy and growth in my spirit and other parts of my life. Is Michael Beckwith's Agape community. All of these communities and all the communities that made up my journey over the years, all of them. Community is really very important. And then the community that I started, the Thriving Mindfully Academy and Community, oh my goodness, being held by my own community members for the last, I think it's been 3 years, going on 4 next year. I can't tell you how fabulous it is to know that I am super supported. And it is only through choosing to broaden what is mindful self-care in my life and exploring different modalities that work for me. It's me. It's my design. The universe has a design for each and every one of us. I'm so grateful for the Creator and our ancestors for pouring into me and all the people that pour into me, my sacred family, the blood family, and my extended family of friends that have become family to me, that support me. Yes, this is a gratitude and a sharing. I want to invite you to really take some time as you move through the fall season to really look at how are you setting yourself up for support in these times, especially in the times when things don't go the way that you want or expect. You get frustrated. You may be in the midst of your journey. And what I don't want to happen to you is what I've done in the past in my life, where I've gotten to a sticky point, and because I was not able to tap in to the resources that were there, the super supportive resources, and I went in a different direction. But that was my path and that was my learning, and that is why I am able to now see myself when I'm able to pause, before I go into the mode of I quit, I shut down, and I go in a different direction. Sometimes that's necessary, sometimes it's not. For me, that's been my MO, is to quit, to go, to run, to not face the things. And then to find myself months later, weeks later, a year later, back in that same space, learning. I don't have to struggle. I can exchange struggle for surrender. And when I'm talking about surrender, I mean letting go of the need to control everything, letting go of the need to be the CEO, the CMO, the CFO of the universe, letting myself trust that all things as they have been in the past repeatedly are working out for my highest and greatest good, and to bring that truth into my spirit, into my heart, into my mind, into my body, into my life, and to allow it to explode like an amazing wave of color into all areas of my life. And it's a process. It's a process. It's a process. It's a process. And it can be messy. It can be magical. It can be all of that. Definitely memorable. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. All that to say, you can, I can, you can, we can exchange the struggle for surrender. I'd love to hear what you're thinking and how you're living and what's happening with you in terms of struggling and surrender, or anything that your heart desires. Just leave me a comment, and let's keep the conversation going. I'm excited about this next 90 days, the remaining days of 2021. I'm excited about the fourth quarter. I'm excited about the fall season. I'm excited about leading the Thriving Mindfully Academy, which launched today. I'm super excited about that. We launched with a fall virtual retreat, and it was fantastic. It's fantastic. And the beautiful thing about the retreat is that we recorded it. And I am now updating the self-care guide over the next couple of days, a retreat guide that will go along with that, so that people can use it as a go-to for exploring what may have come up for them, and really going back at their own pace with their notes and with the resources and the information that I provide. So yeah, if you got inspired by anything that I said, or you felt like in your gut, I need to check this out, I need to check out Ananda and the Thriving Mindfully Academy, go to the link in this video or on IG, the link in the bio, and click on and explore it and take your time. You'll know if it's for you. Trust and believe. What you're supposed to get, you'll get. And know that you have until the end of October, October 31st, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to join the Thriving Mindfully Academy. We've got some great things happening. I'm going to leave it to you to discover. And as I like to say at the Thriving Mindfully Academy and community, may we all continue to think, feel, say, and do. Now let me stop. I was like, what did I say? May we all continue to embrace thriving mindfully in everything that we think, feel, say, and do. That's it. Namaste, like my painting says. That was a gift from my girl Jade. Jade is an amazing therapist now, and just a tremendous artist. She gifted that to me when I turned 45. Can you believe it? 2009. But yeah, she's an amazing artist. Have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, week, or weekend, or month. And I will be in touch. Bye.